bruised, I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go.
Happy Saturday evening, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I'm your host, the one and the only Legendary Alex Cardinale, along with my accomplice, Tweety, the blue and gold macaw. And Tweety will be making an appearance later on in the show in his very own segment that's making its debut on tonight's show. So tonight we have an action-packed edition of Saturday Live with me, Legendary Alex Cardinale. It has been 2 weeks since I posted a episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale because of Mother's Day and tech issues last week. But tonight we've got a fun night in store. Couple of new things debuting tonight. First is our guest interview. Each and every Saturday I'm going to have a guest interview starting today. And our special guest today is a longtime friend of mine. I've known him for a couple of years now. He's a really great businessman and also a great person in general. He has a passion for animals and a huge passion for rabbits, so much so that he turned rabbits into a career and is now offering educational and entertainment lessons on rabbits at birthday parties and things like that. So our guest is going to be Paul from Paul Amazing's World of Rabbits. He's going to talk about rabbits with us here today. Also, I have the debut of a new segment called What's Tweeting with Tweety here, the blue and gold macaw, and me. We'll talk about things that are currently trending. On top of that, we've got our normal segments here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. We are going to talk about my first full month working at the Palm Beach Zoo. I'm going to talk about something that drove me crazy last weekend at my job. And then we're going to talk about the New York Yankees. I've got some funny videos I'm going to react to. And this week, our animal spotlight is on the American Flamingo. All that and more on this fun edition of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. So before we get started, do you have questions you want to ask me? Do you want me to talk about a certain topic? Let me know what it is in the comments and I will talk about that topic for you. And I will also answer your questions because it's Saturday night and Saturday night is supposed to be for fun. Now let's get this action-packed show started, and we're going to get it started by learning about today in history with this Saturday in history. So today is Saturday, May 21st, the 141st day of 2022. There are 224 days left in the year. Today's highlight in history. On May 21st, 1881, Clara Barton founded the American Red Cross. On this day, 1908, the first American horror movie silent film, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, premieres in Chicago. In 1924, in a case that drew much notoriety, 14-year-old Bobby Franks was murdered in a thrill killing carried out by University of Chicago students Nathan Leopold Jr. and Richard Lobb. In 1932, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean as she landed in Northern Ireland about 15 hours after leaving Newfoundland. In 1979, former San Francisco supervisor Dan White was convicted of voluntary manslaughter in the slayings of Mayor George Mascone and openly gay supervisor Harvey Milk. Outrage over the verdict sparked rioting. White was sentenced to 7 years and 8 months in prison. He ended up serving 5 years and took his own life in 1985. In 1981, reggae musician Bob Marley received a Jamaican state funeral. 10 years ago, President Barack Obama and other world leaders had a meeting in Chicago, and they locked in place an Afghanistan exit path that would keep their troops fighting there for 2 more years. Also 10 years ago, former Rutgers University student Daron Ravi, who used a webcam to spy on his gay roommate Tyler Clemente, who then committed suicide, was sentenced to 30 days in jail, and he ended up serving 20 of them. 5 years ago, President Donald Trump, visiting Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, implored Saudi Arabia and other Middle Eastern countries to extinguish Islamic extremism emanating from the region. Also, 5 years ago, North Korea fired a solid fuel ballistic missile, saying a test was hailed as perfect by leader Kim Jong-un. The Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey Circus received its final standing ovation as it performed its last show at the Nassau County Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, ending a 146-year run. And 1 year ago, authorities said the 2 Bureau of Prison workers who were supposed to be guarding Jeffrey Epstein the night he killed himself in a New York jail had admitted that they falsified records, but that they would be spared prison time under a deal with federal prosecutors. The workers were accused of sleeping and browsing the internet instead of monitoring Epstein. So today's birthdays include R&B singer Ron Esley, who is 81, musician Bill Champlin is 75, singer Leo Sayer is 74, actor Carl Potter is 74, Mr. T is 70 today, but music producer Stan Lynch is 67, actor Judge Reinhold is 65, country singer Cody Johnson is 35. And that is today in history, Saturday, May 21st, 2022. And by the way, a happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday today. We have a live viewer saying, "Hi, Alex. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy our fun video today." So that was today in history. And now we're going to move on to my first topic for tonight's show. So in April of this year, I was hired at the Palm Beach Zoo to work at the gift shop. And there are 2 gift shops at the Palm Beach Zoo. There's the Exit gift shop that is right near the exit. And there is a big marketplace gift shop right near the restaurant and snack bar of the Palm Beach Zoo. So I work in both of the gift shops, the Exit and the marketplace gift shop. So my first month of working at Palm Beach Zoo is very successful. I love it. It's a great job. I think hands down, the Palm Beach Zoo is the best job. that I've had here in Florida. And I've only been here in Florida since 2019, and I've worked at Publix and Texas Roadhouse since. And Publix, I worked from October 2019 to August of 2020, and Texas Roadhouse, I worked from December 2020 to February of this year. So those were pretty long jobs, but to say that the Palm Beach Zoo is the best is really true because I have a lot of fun working at the Palm Beach Zoo. I love my coworkers. As a matter of fact, I've become really close personal friends with quite a few of the workers at the Palm Beach Zoo, so much so that I am hanging out with them on a very frequent basis. So anytime you can get paid and have fun and make friends, it's a win-win. So basically, my job at the Palm Beach Zoo is very simple. All I do is I ring customers up. They buy what they want at the gift store. I ring them up, and they pay for their products, and they go. And I also restock the store, and I help new packages and things like that. So I love my job at the Palm Beach Zoo. I have nothing negative to say about it, so you're not going to catch me saying anything negative about my job. I started without a manager, so that was interesting, and I kind of liked not having a manager. But a few weeks into my actual job, the new director came in. Her name is Brittany. She's a wonderful woman. I like her, and she says I'm a great employee, so that is good. So one of my goals now is to work my way up towards another promotion. I want to become a high sales lead, so that's like a supervisor, and I'll definitely work towards that. So for those of you that were wondering how I like my job, I figured that would be the very first topic that I would talk about on today's show. So moving along, we're going to go to my second topic, and this is something that happened last Sunday at work. Now, last Sunday, I was working in the marketplace gift shop of the Palm Beach Zoo, and it was around 2 p.m., and that's when we're really busy on Sundays. So I was dealing with other customers, and then a family of 7 came in, a mom and her 6 kids, and her kids were ranges from 6 to I'd say about 14. So anyway, these kids decide that they're gonna start throwing toys around and destroying the gift store. And mind you, this is a really big gift store, so when you throw things around, it's gonna make a mess. And they were picking up $120 giraffes. These are like 6 feet tall. Some of them are even 7 feet tall, and they were throwing them around. And they almost broke glass. They almost knocked down a case that had some glass displays and things. So I asked them once, you guys need to stop. And they continued doing it, and I continued ringing out customers. Then I asked again, I said, please, you guys need to stop. You're going to break stuff. They didn't listen, and I continued to ring out more customers. Finally, at that time, I had become aggravated. Guests were telling me I needed to do something, or they were going to destroy the store. They were going to break glass. So you can say that some of the guests were pressuring me into saying something. So I ended up walking over to the kids and aggressively and angrily saying, you guys need to cut the crap. The next thing you're going to throw, you're going to pay for. And I told them to pick up the toys and everything they threw. So I thought that was the end of that. The next thing you know, I see this big fat woman come in. She looked like Respucia from Norbit. You know how Respucia, they had that water park scene and she's in her swimsuit, 500 plus pound woman. That's what that woman looked like, because we have like a water park or like a sprinklers at the Palm Beach Zoo. So she was wearing a swimsuit. I guess she must have went with her kids, but she wasn't very attractive at all. It looked like a big ape heading into the water. But anyway, she was a very rude and disrespectful woman, cussing me up and down, telling me how I had the audacity to talk to children like that. They're just children. And I said, look, my job is not to babysit kids. My job is to cash people out and handle business. My job is a cashier, not a babysitter. So I told her she needed to leave and I would not ring her out. And if she did not leave, I would call the police. So eventually she did leave. But the moral of the story is parents need to watch their kids in any store, whether it's a gift store or a grocery store. You cannot have kids running around, throwing things around, destroying property. Why? Well, it's disrespectful to the employees that are working there because we have to pick up after these kids, and they're not even our blood or our DNA, they're someone else's. And besides that, they can break things, and who has to pay for that? The company does, and they don't want to pay for stuff that they didn't break. So just watch your kids. Take this as a lesson. If you're going to plan on having kids, make sure you become good parents and watch your kids in public. That is all I'm saying. I figured I would share that with you because it is a good rant to talk about, because kids can be really disrespectful when it comes to going into stores and destroying things for God knows what reason. Bob says, Alex, love the streams, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoy them. Shout out to Bipolar Aquatics for tuning in. How you doing? I hope you guys are doing great. All right, now it's time to make history, because now it is time for our very first guest interview here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. It's the moment a lot of you have been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's special guest talking with Legendary Alex Cardinale is Paul Dyrkacz. Paul is the owner of Paul's Amazing World of Rabbits, and he will tell us about rabbits and his business.
It's time to create history here on Saturday Live with me, Legendary Alex Cardinale, because I will be doing my very first guest interview here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. My guest today is very passionate about rabbits, and more specifically, American chinchillas. Our guest is Paul from Paul's Amazing World of Rabbits. Paul's going to tell us about his business, how we got into bunnies, and all about bunnies. And Paul will also tell us how to book rabbits and the American chinchilla at your party in the Western Massachusetts and Connecticut area. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my first guest to Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale, Mr. Paul from Paul's Amazing World of Rabbits. Paul, how are you today, sir?
Hi, Alex. Paul here. Thanks for interviewing me today. It's a perfect day here in Somers, Connecticut, and I'm really excited to share it with you and your viewers. I do have some animals, and they live completely outdoors. They just love this gorgeous weather we're having. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just the way they like it in beautiful New England. I've lived here for most of my life, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. Mom is watching the kids right now, which gives me this great opportunity to interact with you and your audience. I know they've been waiting for at least a week for this, so I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Let's do this.
So before we talk about rabbits, I have a burning question that I want to get off of my mind. I can't remember exactly how we met, but I feel that we have met before. So I think, if I remember correctly, you were a tropical fish keeper. Is that accurate? Were you a fish keeper, and what kind of fish did you actually keep?
I was in fact a major fish keeper at one time. Some of my favorite fish include Lelupi, Julidachromis, Frontosa, and Tropheus. I was a huge Tanganyikan cichlid fan, and a part of me hopes to return to keeping them one day.
Alright, so let's talk about rabbits now. This is another first here on my YouTube channel, the Legendary Alex Cardinale, because I never talked about nor learned about rabbits, and that's what I and all my subscribers are going to do right now. We are going to learn about rabbits, as Paul is going to talk to us about rabbits. So, Paul, my first question about rabbits is, how did you get into rabbits and what attracted you to rabbits? And what kind of rabbits are you currently keeping now?
Several years ago, my children wanted a household pet. We tossed around the idea of cats or dogs, but with our demanding schedule, it just didn't fit. I also remember having indoor hamsters as a child, so I thought a similar type animal would do us well. After careful deliberation, I decided the best option would be outdoor rabbits. Fully contained and very easy to care for. We started off with American chinchillas and a New Zealand mix. Shortly after, 2 turned into 8, and before you know it, we had our own full-fledged rabbitry. Since then, I've become somewhat of a purist, and now I raise everything from American chinchillas to New Zealands and Holland Lops.
So, what are the benefits of rabbit keeping?
There are so many benefits to rabbit keeping, depending on your needs. Some raise rabbits for sustenance, while others rely on them to be the adoring family pet that every child can benefit from having around. Another great benefit is the free garden fertilizer. It's a great natural source of nitrogen, which can make your own lawn or garden the greenest it's ever been before.
Nice, very nice. Rabbits are interesting, cool, social animals. I may consider keeping rabbits one day. So let's talk about the species that you're very familiar with, the American chinchilla rabbit. What should people know about the American chinchilla rabbit, and why are they rarer than other species of rabbits?
So the first thing you should know about American chinchillas is they have an unbeatable temperament. Sure, every rabbit is different, but for the most part, they're extremely gentle and friendly. They reach 9 to 11 pounds when full grown, and they were originally developed for the meat and fur industry. But since the decline of both the use of animal fur in the clothing industry and the consumption of rabbit meat, they've become critically endangered. This is why they're very rare.
So it sounds like the American chinchilla rabbit is a very awesome animal. So if you're into rabbits, consider getting and keeping the American chinchilla rabbit. So right now, I want to talk about your rabbit business that is known as Paul's Amazing World of Rabbits. Can you tell us all about it? What is Paul's Amazing World of Rabbits, and what do you do?
Paul's Amazing World of Rabbits is a program I developed to bring education, enrichment, and awareness to communities. It's a program like no other, where people of all ages get to learn about these amazing animals, interact with them in a hands-on way, and 10% of all proceeds goes to fund conservation efforts. And if you're a hockey fan, that's called a hat trick.
Very, very cool. You should come down to Lake Worth, Florida and bring me a rabbit for my YouTube channel. I think that would be amazing. So the next question is about your career and why you incorporated rabbits into your career. So why did you decide to make this your career?
For me, this is much more than just a career. It's a journey into my past. Since I was a young boy, at 11 years old, coming home from school, I would watch shows like Animal Planet and National Geographic. I would watch guys like Jack Hanna and Steve Irwin, and I thought, that's what I want to do with my life. Work with animals and have a positive impact on young minds.
That sounds absolutely rewarding. Kind of similar to how I enjoy tropical fish and how I like to do aqua Alex fly and aquatic wetline. So it's very refreshing to hear how someone is passionate about another type of animal, and yet we have similar similarities, which is awesome. So who is your target audience when you are doing these bunny shows?
Our target audience is kids young and old. Anyone who wants to learn something and loves animals can benefit from watching our shows.
Nice, that's very cool. So can you tell me what is the run of your show?
It really depends on what the client calls for. We're extremely flexible and can adapt our program to fit the client's needs. Whether it's our full-length show, which includes an educational slideshow and interactive experience designed for schools and amusement centers, or something simple like our enrichment sessions, which are great for birthday parties and veterans' homes. These are more designed for hands-on fun, where kids can feel the rabbits and take pictures with them, and veterans can find things like stress and anxiety relief in their day-to-day lives.
I would like to know, what are your goals for this year when it comes to your rabbit show?
Our main goal this year is to raise $2,500 towards breeding initiatives to rejuvenate the numbers of at-risk rabbit populations. And we can't do it alone, so we need your help. By booking events with educational animals, you can make a difference in the lives of these amazing creatures.
So Paul, my next question is, besides entertainment and education, what impact does your program have?
The best thing about our events, in addition to the entertainment and educational value, is the well-being people derive from being around these amazing animals. Otherwise known as pet therapy, it's been shown that just 15 minutes with a pet can drastically reduce a person's psychological stress and blood pressure. And the most significant impact that our events have is the conservation aspect. We designate 10% of all proceeds towards breeding programs designed to rejuvenate the numbers of at-risk populations. Currently, we're designating these funds to the American Chinchilla Fund, helping to boost their numbers and bring them back from their critically endangered status as a heritage breed.
You know, as a fellow YouTuber, I'm all about supporting other YouTubers and giving them promotions on my YouTube channel. So that's what our next question is going to be about. I want you to tell me all about your YouTube channel and why people should subscribe to it. Now, I've subscribed to your YouTube channel and I see that you have some gorgeous rabbits. So why should people subscribe to your YouTube channel, Paul? And please tell us about your YouTube channel.
Our YouTube channel is just a baby right now, but our aim is to make it grow and prosper into a knowledge hub where anyone can go and find out about these amazing animals. I'll be posting information about upcoming events, past events, and so much more. So if you have a moment, like, subscribe, and help us grow.
Alrighty, Paul, I would like to thank you for being my very first guest here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. I learned a lot about rabbits today, and I had a great time interviewing you. So thank you very much for being my very first guest. I hope you enjoyed it, and you knocked it out of the park. You did a really good job. So thank you for being my first guest on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale.
Thank you so much for having me, Alex. It's always a pleasure to watch your videos. I'd wish you success, but it looks like you've already found it. I really appreciate you having me on and giving me the opportunity to connect with so many people. It was a real pleasure. Thank you, and God bless.
All right, so that was our very first interview that I've done for Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Special thanks to Paul for making this interview work. I know he has an insanely busy schedule, so it was kind of hard to work around, but we got it done. It's a very awesome interview, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I had a lot of fun recording those questions, so thank you, Paul, for the amazing interview, and now you get to go in the history books as the very first guest on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. So we have a question from one of our viewers. He says, no offense, but are you reading from a script, Alex? Yes, the questions that I was asking Paul, I actually written on a piece of paper so that I can remember them when I was recording. Because oftentimes if I hit the record button, my mind will draw a blank and sometimes I'll forget what I'm supposed to be saying. So I do use notes from time to time. And for some of the segments where I'm going to be talking about something that I don't necessarily know a lot about, I will use notes to actually read and translate into the video. So sometimes I do read from a script, but not all the time. A big majority of my content on here is authentic, but for some of the stuff that I don't know a lot about, a lot of the stuff is scripted, but not all of it. A lot of it is appreciated, and a lot of the stuff that I do is authentic, is what I'm trying to say, not appreciated. A lot of the stuff that I do is authentic, but if I don't know something, I'll research it and take notes, or sometimes copy and paste and tell you guys about it here on my video. So that was a great question. I know a lot of people don't like scripted material, so I try not to do that to the best of my ability. So Bob has a great question. Bob wants to know, what is the most irrelevant United States of America state? That's really easy for me to answer. From personal experience, it would be Massachusetts. Massachusetts has gone downhill over the last decade and a half, and that's one of the reasons why I left Massachusetts. A lot of crime up there, and drugs have been going in and out of that state. And now weed and other stuff is becoming legal there. So as that happens, more and more crime is going to happen. And basically just bad clientele all over Massachusetts. And besides that, the cold weather. I cannot stand snow. I cannot stand freezing temperatures. And really, there's nothing entertainment-wise in Massachusetts. You just got the casino, MGM. You just got some stuff in Boston. You maybe got Six Flags in New England, but that's nothing compared to South Florida, Central Florida. We've got Universal, we've got SeaWorld Orlando, we've got a ton of zoos, we've got safaris. We've got pretty much everything here. There's a plethora of golf areas. There's a lot of bowling alleys down here. A lot of movie theaters. There's practically a movie theater every mall you go to, a movie theater every section you go to. So Florida is a lot more fun. But for me, the most irrelevant state would be Florida, because there's practically nothing to do down there. The most irrelevant state would be Massachusetts, because there's practically nothing to do down there except for staying in when it snows, and Six Flags New England for about 4 or 5, 6 months out of a whole year. So that would be my answer to that question. And what do I like about Florida? Well, first and foremost, it's the year-round weather. We never get below 60. It's very rare that we get below 60. And if we get below 60, it's like 58, 59. So it's nothing major. So we never have to pull out a jacket. Some Floridians do. That's when it gets below 60, it's freezing to them. But to me, it's nothing at all. I don't ever need a jacket or anything down here. So I got rid of all my jackets. So the weather is one of the things that I like about Florida. Next is the entertainment. There's always something to do down here. There's a lot of shows that come here. WWE, NASCAR, UFC, and there's also Universal Studios, Disney, bowling, zoos. There's a lot more zoos that are opening up. So there's a lot of entertainment here, and also a lot of business here. So there's a lot of money that goes into the state of Florida. So that's why I like Florida. The only downside would be that this is like a retirement state. So you get a lot of grumpy senior citizens that if something's not going their way, they're going to bitch and moan about it and ruin your day. But that just goes with people getting older, and you have to deal with grumpy old people as you get older anyway. But that's about it. So that would be what I like about Florida. And I like the animals here. it's not every day that you get to see reptiles in Massachusetts. So I could go outside right now and probably find some lizards. I know there's a couple of iguanas in my neighborhood that are out there. Those are invasive, but they're pretty cool. There's cane toads, which are dangerous. And then there's alligators and American crocodiles here, which are pretty cool. And a lot of people are very, very scared of alligators and crocodiles, but they're generally harmless. Alligators generally don't bother you unless they're mating or they're defending their territory. So that's what I like about Florida. And Bob says, when's the next propane stream? The 50 pounds of propane can't hold for the Southeast Texas Chuck E. Cheese party. That's funny. I'll probably do another propane tragedy show in a couple of weeks or so. I'll have to look for another one. And there's a lot of racist old guys in the part of Florida where I live. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. Back in 2001, 2002, I lived in Tampa for a year. And when we first moved from Massachusetts to Tampa Bay, Zephyr Hills, Florida, it was like a culture shock because it was all white people and we weren't used to that. We were used to like a mix of people. Black, Spanish, Asian, etc. But when we moved to Zephyr Hills, it was all whites. And we went to like some restaurant, and there was like a group of white guys out there, and they were like, "If any color people give you any trouble, let us know." When they gave my parents their phone number, and they're like, "If they give you any trouble, give us a call. We'll go get them. We'll tie them in the back of our truck, and we'll drag them," or something like that. It was really scary. So they were like the Ku Klux Klan or something, but that's another story that is definitely crazy. Very, very crazy. All right. So now we're going to talk about my favorite sports team, and then we're going to get into some funny videos. So let's talk about the New York Yankees. And the New York Yankees are on a great winning streak right now. Right now, our record is 29-10, and we have been dominating over the last couple of weeks. So I'm very happy about that. I've seen a couple of the games, but unfortunately, I've been working a lot, so I haven't watched them in person. I've just seen highlights. But today, the New York Yankees won. We won 7-5, and we defeated the Chicago White Sox. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton are doing great, hitting a lot of homers, and we're playing great. We're able to hit the ball now. We're able to get runners on base, and we're able to score runs, which is very important in allowing us to win. So hopefully we'll be able to get our 28th World Series title this year. So the Yankees schedule this coming week, they finish the series with the White Sox tomorrow in a doubleheader. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock, they're going to play Friday's game that was postponed. And then Sunday, they have a game at 7. And then they have a 3-game set against the Orioles, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in Baltimore. And then we have a 4-game set for Memorial Day weekend against the Tampa Bay Rays, Thursday through Sunday. So hopefully the Yankees will get all victories there for Memorial Day weekend. All right. Now it's time for some laughs, hopefully, and it's time to see some insane Karen reactions because it is now time for our video reactions. So just a word for warning. This part of the show is definitely not PG-13 because there may be some swears in any of the videos that I play. So just be warned now, forewarned, that some of the videos may include rated R material or something that people may find offensive. So I'm putting it out there now so that no one reports my video or this video gets taken down because somebody got offended. So I'm just making sure you guys know that now ahead of time. So here we go. It's time for my reactions to some funny videos. The first video I'm going to show is actually a real life clip that was turned into a cartoon. It's kind of old. It's from like 2015, 2016, maybe 17 or 18. But it's a video of an Uber driver telling a woman to get out of his car when they reached her destination of a hospital. It's really funny. Let's check it out.
You are at the hospital. Administration is right here.
I'm going
Get
to
in
the
there.
emergency room, sir.
Get in there.
Where-
Get out of my car now.
Where is my
Get out
destination?
of my car now.
I don't know where I am. I'm asking you where is my destination. If you would kindly point at where I am
pulled
supposed
into
to
your
go.
destination. It said here I was at your destination. It's over. Get out of my car now.
It said
Get
1760.
out of my car now.
Sir, it said...
Get out of my car now.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you won't fucking get out of my car.
But you're not to yell at me. You are not to yell at me.
9-1.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You are facing
Get
very...
out right fucking now.
You are facing
Get
very...
out of my car. I'm facing a fucking moron. Get out. No.
You're facing...
No.
You have no right to scream at me?
I will fucking talk to you any goddamn way I want.
Really?
Yes, I fucking will. And I have the right.
Where am I?
You're at a hospital where
Where-
you need to be. Get out of my car.
Uh-oh.
Can you get her out of my car, please?
That's funny. It's always funny seeing someone turn something that's so crazy into a comedy like that. That is funny. So the next clip is going to definitely invoke some reaction out of you guys, positive or negative, I'm not sure. But this video is also old, and it's from a real life event where a man was doing some yard work for an older man. And I assume he thought he was going to get a higher paycheck. But instead, when he was offered the insulting amount of $10, he snapped. Let's check out the video, and then we'll react to it.
You mean to tell me I just did all that work?
You didn't work but 3 hours.
Right. I just did all that work, and how much you gonna give me?
10?
$10?
Yeah.
$10?
Well, what's wrong with you?
$10?
Get out.
I'm about to slap the shit out of you. $10? $10? Bitch ass nigga. Fuck ass nigga. Fuck ass nigga. Puss ass nigga.
Wow, that's bad. I don't know if he tried to dive out of the car or he fell out of the car, but that's definitely terrible. I can never condone putting your hands on a elderly person. That is awful. when it has World Store, you know it's good. Yes, that's true. I definitely agree with that. All right, so my next video is very funny. I think you guys are going to get a laugh out of it. It's pretty much self-explanatory, so let's check it out.
Let me see. Do it again. No.
Yeah. Shit out there.
No.
Snuck that one in. Let's go. You won't get another one.
Smack that.
Let's go.
Smack that.
Let's go.
Oh. Smack, boy. Stop him.
Turn away. Yeah.
Come on, baby. Get up behind me. Stop. Yes.
That's definitely a way to move someone out of the way. So the next video I have for you is kind of crazy. It's about the kind of people that I have no respect for because They have a way of doing things when they can definitely change their way, but they choose not to. So this video is about a junkie who almost dies, but is saved. But instead of being thankful for having his life be saved, he actually attacks his saver. So let's check it out.
He doesn't need. He doesn't need milk, dude. He's fucking overdosing. Yo, he's fucking overdosing, dude.
Yo, you need milk, dog.
Who's overdosing?
I got the kid.
I called 911. I called 911.
I got him. What do you mean, dog? Yo, come on.
Yo, give him let him get some time to breathe. It takes a minute to get out. Give him some time. Give him some time.
He don't need no more. Leave him alone. Step back. He needs more milk, man.
He don't need milk, dude.
What the fuck, dog? Yo. What happened?
You just almost fucking died, dude. Dude just fucking saved your life. Dude just. Yo, he just saved your fucking. Dude, what the fuck? He just fucking saved your life. You're a fucking asshole, dude.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. He's so pathetic he was mad because his high got ruined. Maybe he's dead by now. All these years later, who knows? All right, so the next two videos actually are a couple of Karens, which are people that constantly complain about everything. This next Karen, a male Karen, was banned from Lyft. Let's find out why.
Después de la redada donde encontraron cosas en el baño, después de la redada donde entró el FBI, tumbó las cadenas y todos sí encontraron cositas ahí en la oficina del jefe, pero pues bueno, bajo nueva administración no se deje llevar por chismes ahora.
Hi.
Richard?
Yes, sir.
What's my name, Richard?
Sir.
Yeah, what's my name?
Edgar, I think.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for hearing me out.
No problem. By any chance, do you have a mask?
No, I don't.
Do you mind to put your shirt on top right here?
I
So
can.
that'll be really appreciated. I'm sorry?
You believe me?
Yes, I do, because I have a family that is sick of that.
I don't believe our government, so.
Well, it's not the government. It's the people that is getting sick.
Okay. I'm sorry I don't have a mask.
Yeah.
I've never heard of someone ask me to wear a mask.
Well, it's because we're really close right here in the car,
You
and then
went left there.
Huh?
You want to get me home, you should have went left there. I don't know where you're going.
Oh, it's taking me to the freeway. You want to take that way, or you gonna?
Well, if you want to drive around with me all night long without a mask, that's fine. If you want to get me home quick, you go that way.
That's
It's
fine.
up to you. I don't like you.
You don't like me? You want to
No.
get out?
No, I want you to take my home and I'll give you a review.
You know what? You can get out right now.
I'm not getting out right now.
Yes.
Nope, I've got a contract with you and I've got a ride with you. I've got a contract with you and I have a ride with you.
Nope. The contract ends right now.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, he does.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You try. Go ahead.
Nope.
The contract does not end.
Yes.
I told you I didn't like your standards. I'm entitled to free speech.
Yes,
you
sir.
cannot you cannot cancel the contract for that.
Yes, I do.
No.
It's my car, and you can get out right now.
Nope. It's not your car. It's Lyft.
Nope. It's
You
my
represent
car.
you represent Lyft.
Well, then suit Lyft. Then
your little candy ass white glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I just crush your skull right now.
You're on video.
I'm not gonna do that though, because I'm an idiot. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, you're on video right now.
I'm not an idiot. Just take me home.
No.
I won't give you a review. Just take me home.
Nope. Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
cancel this ride. Then I want to see you cancel the ride, so you gotta pay $5. You cancel it.
There.
Go again, so it's a little slower, sir.
There.
I don't see that.
It's canceled.
Let me
There.
see it show up on my phone, and then
I don't know.
I'll get out. Okay.
I don't know.
You don't know much, do you?
I finished the trip already. Get out of my car. Please.
Out of your car?
Yes.
Yeah, how about a please, boy? It doesn't show it canceled here.
No, I didn't cancel. I finished the trip.
I live 4 miles that way. You didn't finish the trip.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
How can you say you finished the trip and I live 4 miles that way?
Because we're right here. I already ended up the trip, and now please get out, or I'm gonna have to call the police.
How could you say you finished the trip when I want to go
I did finish the trip. I finished the trip.
You didn't cancel the trip.
I did. No, I didn't cancel. I finished the trip. It's
okay,
different.
so I'll just have to call Lyft and then complain about it.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Go ahead. I have video.
Yeah, you got video.
Yeah.
You got video?
Yeah.
Hey, you got video?
Yeah.
Hey, you ever take English class? You got video? You got video?
Do you take models class?
I take what?
Models.
What's models?
You don't even speak.
I don't know because I speak English.
Yeah, you think you speak English, but you don't. I'm from here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You're a wetback.
And you are?
I'm an American. Fought for 3 times.
I'm an American too.
3 times in the goddamn war.
I'm an American too.
No, I don't. But you don't speak English.
Yes, I do speak English.
Okay,
I speak Spanish.
How come you just want to rip me off on my trip? That's all I want to know.
I don't want to rip you off of the trip.
Then
you start disrespecting me.
Why you canceling me for full ride when you only gave me 100 yards of ride? Why would you do that? And how would that be considered to be fair? How is that considered to be fair? Model. Is that considered fair in your country?
Yes, because this is my country too.
Okay, I'll just get on call then.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I got video. I'm gonna present it. I'm gonna press charges on you right now.
And I'll know who you are.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go on, boy.
Go ahead.
That video is crazy. You got video. I like his comeback. I'm an American motherfucker. That's how I'm gonna start saying to people, what is your nationality? I'm an American motherfucker. So the next video is actually a couple of Karens, one female Karen and one old male Karen at a Wendy's yelling at children. Let's check it out. This is our last video for this week.
You got it to go, right? Tell them to go.
And now they're letting us go out. I'm sitting here waiting on them. Backing up a minute.
Who was he talking about?
Look, you can't get somebody on your shit.
Yeah, I'd like to order today. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
A 4-year-old. Wow.
I'd like to order today.
Can we get the stuff to go since we're not welcome? Children are not welcome to enter.
Children are welcome if the adults are here with them.
Listen, this one stepped on my foot, that one stepped on. No, excuse me, no nothing. I'm trying to lean on the thing. I have bad knees and all. They're running in and out of here, in and out of here. Yes, we did.
Yes,
you were nasty.
She was not. We're not going to fight.
This is
Can we just have it to go?
This
is Wendy's. This is Wendy's. We have to like
That's right. It is proper room school.
Wait, can we just have it to go?
This is ridiculous. I mean, you have somebody
I don't want anything.
No. I'm going to
I'm
another
not
place.
hungry.
This is totally ridiculous, and the parents can't be here with the child and expect the child to do an order and control.
Give them my number, please.
Goodbye. I'll go to some place where kids behave.
Find out.
As much as I hate to agree with the parent, she's right. It's Wendy's. It's not a fine dining restaurant where kids are expected to behave. What do you think is going to happen at Wendy's, where fast food is served and most of them have a playpen? Kids are going to misbehave and kids are going to have fun. So those were just Karens that were being self-entitled and they wanted things to go their way. All right, so next week we'll have some more fun videos to react to and more videos of Karens to react to. So now it's time for the debut of a new segment that's going to feature an appearance by my blue and gold macaw here by the name of Tweety. All right, so we're going to go over some of the things that are currently trending right now on social media. So let me open up my Twitter and let's take a look at what's currently trending right now. So in sports, Josh Donaldson is trending once again. And currently Josh Donaldson plays for the New York Yankees. And it says that Josh Donaldson made a disrespectful comment towards Tim Anderson in the first inning. And I guess Josh Donaldson called Tim Anderson Jackie Robinson. So that must have been an insulting comment towards him. Mookie Betts, the former Boston Red Sox player, is trending right now. He had a home run, a double, and a single, and he knocked in 3 runs for the LA Dodgers. He also threw out the potential go-ahead run at the plate, and he sparked the Los Angeles Dodgers to a 7-4 victory over the Philadelphia Phillies on Saturday night, which is this evening. Let's see what else is trending. Let's see. Something that's interesting. So there is NHL hockey taking place today. The Colorado Avalanche defeated the St. Louis Blues 5-2 in Game 3 to take a 2-1 lead in their second round playoff series. I haven't watched hockey in quite a long time. I think I was a very young individual when I was watching hockey the last time. But now I'm a 28-year-old old man. So that is what's trending this week here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. So we have a couple of more segments to go, and then we will wrap up this amazing show. Alex Cardinale, propane needs to be a running gag. I like that. That's a good idea. That's funny. All right. Now we're going to learn about one of the animals that is featured heavily at my place of employment, the Palm Beach Zoo. We're going to learn about the American Flamingo, which is a pretty cool bird. So here is an image of an American flamingo. Now, the American flamingo is the only flamingo that naturally lives in North America. The American flamingo breeds in South America in the Galapagos Islands of Ecuador, coastal Colombia and Venezuela, and northern Brazil. It also appears in the West Indies, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti, the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, and tropical areas of continental North America along the northern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico and the Cameron Parish, Louisiana, and extreme southern Florida in the United States. It is a vagrant to Puerto Rico, Angola, Barbados, and Honduras. The American flamingo is also found in South Florida and the Florida Keys, both of which were likely the northernmost extent of its distribution. The existence of flamingo eggs in museum collections labeled as collected from Florida indicates that they likely nested there as well. Since the arrival of Europeans, the population started to decline up until the 1900s, where it was considered completely extirpated. During the 1950s, birds from the captive population at High-Lou Park frequently escaped, thus leading to the conclusion that all modern flamingos in Florida were escapees, although at least one bird banded as a chick in the Yucatan Peninsula has been sighted in the Everglades National Park. And that is this week's Animal Spotlight. the American or the North American Flamingo, a very, very pretty bird. So if you're ever in the Palm Beach area, definitely stop by the Palm Beach Zoo and check out our flamingos. They're very, very pretty. And I actually bought a flamingo plush doll today, but I forgot it at my job. So what good is that? There's no use for it now because my show is almost over, but I'll show it next time. All right, it's time for our final segment here, and that is Legendary Alex's Words of Wisdom. What can I possibly tell you guys today? All right, so one of the words of wisdom I have for you is about finding good friends. And it took a long time for me to find someone that I consider to be a true friend and a best friend. And this quote that I'm about to tell you is very true. Good people are hard to come by. People will come and go in your life for various reasons. But great people attract other great people. So always remember that. If you don't have any friends at the moment, you will, because great people always attract great people. Great people turn into true friends. And I am very fortunate in that I have a wonderful friend by the name of Shelby. She's also one of my co-workers. And here is a picture of Shelby and I together yesterday at my house. And then this is us working together at the Palm Beach Zoo. And she will be a guest here on Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale in 2 weeks. So that's going to be a fun interview. So I can't wait to have her on the show. My next words of wisdom is you will face many defeats in life. Not everything is going to be a success. You're not always going to win. It's always important to lose so that you can become better. But never let yourself be defeated. You may suffer a few losses, but pick yourself back up, get the pieces together, and when you come back, you'll come back bigger, better, and stronger, and you'll get that victory that you were looking for. So I was not always successful on YouTube or podcasting. It took me many years to get to where I am today, where I have a steady audience, I have loyal viewers, and I'm very thankful for everyone that takes the time to watch my videos. And I know that it takes one mistake for me to lose my audience, which is why I'll never make that mistake. So, but there are important losses that you suffer in life, but it's how you bounce back from the losses that will determine how successful you will be. And the last word of wisdom I have for you is a quote from someone that I have a lot of respect for. And the quote goes, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. And what that means is be thankful for what you do have, because you have more than other people. There are people that are struggling and they barely have enough money to survive for food. Some people are homeless. So always be thankful for what you do have, and always, always be happy for what you do have, because certainly there are people out there that don't have a job and they are struggling. And I have been in that boat many times before. And let me tell you, I definitely never want to go back in that boat ever again, because it is definitely a terrible, terrible boat to be in. All right. Well, we've reached the end of our show today. I've got to tell you that this has been the most fun Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale that I have ever did. So I definitely want to thank everybody that participated live and was very active in the comments and the chat. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys made this show what it is, a success. So thank you very much for that. I greatly appreciate it. And I look forward to my next Saturday stream. Next Saturday is actually Memorial Day weekend. And it's also the last weekend of May. So next week, I'm going to do the month of May 2022 recap. There'll also be some Memorial Day topics. Next week's special guest is my mentor, the guy that taught me to be a good chef, a good cook, and a good baker. Chef Matt West will be on the show, and it will be the first time that we will reconnect since I graduated high school in 2013. So almost 10 years later, I'll be talking to Chef Matt West next week. So that's going to be very, very good. And the animal that I'm going to talk about next week is going to be the bald eagle. So the Palm Beach Zoo Animal Spotlight will be on the American classic animal, the American bald eagle. So we'll talk about that as a respect to all the veterans that have served this amazing country. That is next Saturday, May 28th, 2022. And Bob says May 28th is his birthday. Happy birthday, or happy early birthday, Bob. I hope next Saturday is an amazing day for you. All right. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to once again thank Paul for being an amazing guest. I really appreciate him taking the time for being a guest. I want to thank Tweety for the debut of an amazing segment called What's Tweeting. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Sunday. And I will see you next Saturday for the next episode of Saturday Live with Legendary Alex Cardinale. Stay legendary, everybody. And remember, don't be a Karen. Good night, everybody. Ted Hood! Sergeant Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the inaugural Memorial Day 2022 Bash, hosted by me, Sergeant Alex Cardinale. The inaugural Memorial Day Bash airs live Monday, May 30th, 2022 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. The 2022 Memorial Day Bash is being hosted by me, Sergeant Alex Cardinale. And on the Memorial Day 2022 Bash, I will discuss the history of Memorial Day, and I will discuss why we celebrate Memorial Day. We're going to pay our respects to all the brave men and women out there fighting for us and this great country. USA! USA! Also on the inaugural Memorial Day Bash, I am going to address the veterans. Yes, that's right, Sergeant Alex Cardinale is going to address the veterans. We're also going to have a very special guest. That's right, we're going to have a very special guest. Former Army member James Anthony will be our very first guest for the first time ever on a holiday bash. That's going to be incredible. So we're going to speak to a former Army member as we pay our respects to the United States of America men and women who serve in our Army and in our military. There's also going to be an appearance by Chef Alex Cardinale, and Chef Alex is going to give you the best recipes to make for the veterans in your life. There'll also be an appearance by Aqua Alex, and Aqua Alex will talk about how fish tanks can help veterans. And if Chef Alex and Aqua Alex don't do the right thing, I'm going to have to put them in the camel clutch and the cobra clutch. Maggots. So the inaugural Memorial Day 2022 Bash goes down live Monday, May 30th, 2022. Live, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, on my YouTube channel, The Legendary Alex Cardinale. Come join me as we pay our respects to the United States military men and women, all those who serve, past or present. Don't be a maggot. Be there and be square, and let's pay respect to all the great military men and women. And that's an order. You're all dismissed.